Hello there everyone, this is Ashmita from Sourav Sir Classes. In today's class, we're going to discuss about the syllabus of the RBI Grade B examination. Now, let's start discussing about the syllabus. The first thing that you will come across is the English section where you are tested for your writing skills. Now, the paper on English shall be framed in such a manner so that it assesses the writing skills, including the expression and also how the candidate understands the topic. The next section that you have is based on economic and social issues. Now, what can you expect from here? Here you can get questions based on growth and development. Then you have measurement of growth, national income and per capita income. You have poverty alleviation based questions. You have employment generation regarding questions in India especially. Then sustainable development is there, environmental issues, economic reforms in India, the industrial and labor policy is there. Then you have monetary and fiscal policy, you have privatization based questions, then you have role of economic planning, globalization, opening up of the Indian economy, then you have BOP, that's the balance of payments, you have export-import policy regarding questions you can have. Then you have international economic institutions like the IMF and the World Bank. Then you have WTO, that's the World Trade Organization. You have apart from all those, you have like regional economic cooperation. Regarding that, you can get questions. You can be asked questions based on social structure in India, then multiculturalism, you have demographic trends, urbanization, migration, gender issues, social justice. Like there would be questions based on positive discrimination in favor of the underprivileged, then different types of social movements, then the Indian political system, about the human development thing, then about the social sectors in India, the health and the education sector. All these, from all these more or less questions will come. Now, for your better preparation, I would be suggesting you certain books. Now you can note it down. You can buy this book, Indian Economy by Uma Kapila. It's a series of books. You can also buy Indian Economy by this Mishra Puri. The latest edition you should be buying. Then you have this Growth and Development book by DEPR Ray. You can also buy the book on Sociology by C.N. Shankar Rao. Alright. Then if you want to prepare in a thorough way, then you can also follow certain newspapers like the Economic Times. You can also follow the Hindu, and you can also follow the Business Standard. Now you will also have to follow certain weekly, monthly magazines or bulletins or reports. Now this includes the Economic and the Political Weekly that you can follow. Then you can also follow the Southern Economist. You can also follow Yojana, you can follow Business India, then RBI bulletins, and apart from all those, you can follow reports also like the World Development Report. You can also follow the Economic Survey of India's report. So that was the entire section about the finance portion, it was all about the social issues portion. Now let me tell you about the finance and the management section. Now, from the finance portion, you can get different questions from the financial system, like the different regulators of banks and these financial institutions. Then you have the RBI, its function, its conduct of the monetary policy, the banking systems in India. Then about the different financial institutions like this, like the SIDBI, then the Exim, NABARD, NHB, and others are there. From the financial markets also, you can be asked questions based on the primary and the secondary markets like the forex, money, bond, equity, their functions, the instruments, the recent developments. You will also get questions from the general topics including risk management, basics of derivatives like there's forward, futures and swap. Then you have a changing landscape of the banking sector, the recent developments in the financial sector, including the public sector reforms, the disinvestments, the portfolio investments, then all about the use of technology and all about the financial inclusion. Then you have the alternate source of finance, like which includes the private and the social cost, like their benefits. Then you have the PPP, that's the public-private partnerships. Then you have the corporate governance in banking sector, then the role of e-governance in addressing the issues of the corruption and inefficiency in the government sector. You can be asked questions based on the union budget, about the inflation, about the 13th Finance Commission, about the fiscal policy, fiscal responsibility, budget Management Act, then WPI, CPI, the components, the trends. Now here I'm going to provide you with a list of books. Now you can note it down if you want to. Like you can follow an Introduction to Economics by A.W. Stonier and D.C. Hodge. There's another book named The Monetary Theory and the Public Policy by Kenneth Kurihara. You can also follow Indian Economy by Mishra and Puri. Then another book is there like Indian Economy by R. Dutt and K.P.M. Sundaram. You can also follow another book called Economic Growth and Development by Mayer and Baldwin. You can also follow major economic newspapers and the Economic and Political Weekly, which I have already mentioned. You can, like for the finance portion, you can follow Public Finance by K.K. Anlay and Sundaram. There's a book on finance, like financial management also, which is written by Prasanna Chandra. Okay. Now from the management section, you will get different questions based on management processes, planning, staffing, directing, and all those different processes which are there. You have things about career planning, training and development, employee welfare, motivation, moral incentives, and then so many things are there like communication channels, oral versus written communication, leadership, the tasks of a leader, leadership styles, then like the concept of HRD, then goals of HRD. Then you have this verbal versus non-verbal communication difference. Then you have then the different forms of communication like the upward, downward and lateral communication. Then you have the barriers to communication. Then like the role of IT, that's the information technology in communication and latest business. Then about the corporate governance, about the factors affecting the corporate governance, then the different mechanisms of corporate governance. You need not worry because these would be just basic type questions. Next section, you have economics. Now in economics, you have microeconomics first, where you are getting questions based on a consumer behavior in firms, then values of resources like land resource, labor resource, capital, and markets, about the different forms of markets in economics like monopoly, then perfect, imperfect competition existing there. Then general equilibrium of price and activity. Then you have this economic welfare in case for the regulatory or the policy interventions. From the macroeconomics portion, you have national income, its components, then the basic macro identities, idea of macro balance, then goods and financial market equilibrium, that's the ISLM framework. Then you have the major macroeconomic school of thoughts like the classical, the Keynesian and the monetarist. You also have this, consumption and investment demand, then demand management policies and their effectiveness. Then you have this money demand and supply, monetary and fiscal policies. From the international economics, you have the benefit of international trade, then the comparative and absolute advantage, the effect of international trade on resource allocation and factor price equalization. Then there are concepts on non-conventional trade barriers. Then you have optimum currency areas and effect of customs union. Then you have international finance and exchange rates issues in an open economy. Then the benefits and costs of an interconnected financial market. Then evolution of international financial architecture. From public economics, you can get questions based on public goods, the instruments of financing, then you have direct and indirect taxes, then government expenditure, like deficit financing is there, its impact on the economy, then government debt. Okay. Then you have a section on India's economy and development issues, where you get India's experimentation with planned development models and the outcomes. Then the structural issues, savings and investment, then demography, then urbanization, then you have this agriculture, then the policy and the developments, then the financial sector regulation and the reforms, like which includes banking, insurance, and capital market. Then fiscal policy is there. Now, then you have the statistics section where you get questions mostly from probability. You have statistical methods. Then you have linear models, statistical inference. Then you have multivariate analysis. Then you have optimization techniques and statistical quality control. Then you have sample surveys and the design of experiments. You have this applied economic statistics. Now, you will also get questions based on vital statistics, then numerical analysis, basic computer applications. Yeah, so that was the entire discussion for the syllabus for the latest examination that's going to happen very soon. So prepare well for your upcoming examinations, and if you require any kind of help, you can join our classes at www.souravsirclasses.com. You can also contact on the number which is provided in the description box just below this video. You will get it, and we offer crash course, live classes, study materials, then mock tests, doubt clearing sessions, and yeah, all these things, scholarships also. So if you want to take all these benefits, you can join our classes. So yeah, that's it for today's class. We're going to meet once again in our next classes.